Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of boards, recorder of videos, and a tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patreon D&D, where platinum-level patrons and I get together to play Dungeons & Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables and these Patreon D&D games. These games are not live-streamed, but are recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on the channel. Read recaps at roguewatson.com and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts. You can join our official Discord server with invite link in the description below. Our music is by Kevin MacLeod, and our amazing original character art was done by Jimmy McClure. Welcome to Chapter 6, Episode 5 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session, I'm joined by patrons Brandon, playing Bahn Mi, the Kobold Bard College of Whispers.
Hey there.
CT playing Rye, the Shadow Fae Black Powder Sorcerer.
Hello.
Jason playing Zaberi, the Human Battlemaster Fighter/Wizard.
Hello.
Morgan playing Millie, the Human Way of the Kensei Monk.
Hello.
And Stan playing Alaric, the dhampir Death Domain Cleric/Bard.
Greetings.
Previously on Empire of the Ghouls, the party arrived at Vandekhul, the resort city of the Ghoul Imperium, and the apparent location of the kidnapped Archduke. They have two leads provided by former Ghoul Lord Narrowzane, a pair of loyal nobles who should help the party find what they need. Using their magical disguises from Sual, along with some quick words and smart bribes, brings the party little trouble as they explore the macabre city ruled by the undead. At one point, they run into a trio of escaped human slaves and offer to buy them, escorting them to the fleshling quarters and giving them a chance at freedom. While asking around, they learn the location of the nobles. The Marquess Dorva Greysuture lives in a high-class luxury ship, while the Marquis Laszlo Dumas has a stern mansion both in the noble district. They visit Dorva first, but the scheming noble and former consort to Narrowzane sees the party as an opportunity to get back into Duke Moretto Lichmark's good graces. When her poisoned food fails, she attacks, but the party, led by Alaric's powerful cleric abilities, demolish her meager forces, and they keep the action from spilling out beyond the ship. Hopefully their second contact will prove more fruitful. Back to the city map. So you all have pretty much demolished every, I was going to say living creature, but that's technically not correct. Unliving creature on the ship. The ship still exists, and I believe you have, in fact, I think you reconnected with your gassed escorts during the actual battle, I believe via Millie disguised as the Marquess.
And Alaric thanking them for their wonderful assistance in blocking the gangway so the traitors did not escape.
Yes, we blamed it all on the dead people that can't question it. They have no defense of their own.
We totally gaslit those two gas guards.
There you go.
Totally gaslit.
Gaslit the gas.
Mm-hmm.
And at least at the moment, they seem to have bought it, although they are, some of you guys are like ushering off the ship and be like, there's no need to get back there.
Millie's going to be staying in the outfit and everything from the Marquess, so she's just disguised as the Marquess from now on, most of the time.
Okay. The gas guards then will be a little more nervous around you specifically, but they also pointedly ask about Millie, I guess, because they at least did a head count.
Well, we had to have an offering, so she was eaten. That's what happens to slaves, right?
Yeah, true. They don't even question that. They're like, sure. For your next destination, you did have a location that was very close by, which was the mansion of the other name that Narrowzane gave you all, which was the Marquis. I don't know if you had any more information beyond the name, or if you gained any from anybody else you spoke to here in the city.
Not that I'm aware of.
Do we
but-
know anything? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Bahn, all of this talking is exhausting. Hand him over the scarab. Do you mind taking the talkie point on this one? Because that last one didn't go so well.
I'm kind of distracted because the coins that were in this bag are considerably lighter than what I remember them a couple days ago. And I leave for 30 minutes to go down to the hold, and I come back up, and suddenly it's considerably lighter. I don't understand what's happened.
Cost of doing business? Sorry?
Well, I'm just saying, it's coming out of each of your...
It just points at Davros, the new guy.
Yeah. Just say you put some investments into the local businesses.
Hey, we did get you a new boat. We upgraded your boat.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it will be helpful when I take over down here. So, what exactly... I was distracted. What does the scarab do for us right now?
It's the sign from Narosane that he's still around and they're supposed to help us.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Who are we going to talk to next?
The Marquis, the other contact. Hopefully, this one's not going to poison the food and actually helps us instead of trying to capture or kill us.
And we're going to take the boat there, or do we have to leave?
Unfortunately, we have to walk right there, and points about not even 100 yards away to the next building.
Okay.
About right there.
Yeah. Well, if there's nothing else, then I don't feel comfortable leaving this bag with Davros. Then I'll leave it with Snips instead.
The irony of leaving the party fund with the rogue. It's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
The rogue should add
Millie's
to the
gonna
party fund,
walk.
at least.
Millie's going to walk up to Bahn and put out her arm as if she's going to ask for his escort to the next place and say, "So are you going to lead me over there or what?"
Do I know that you're Millie, or do I think that you're the Marquis? You think?
This isn't
I
a
would
magical...
rather that you...
I was gonna. This isn't a
Go
magical
ahead.
disguise, right? But are you proficient with this? I know you put the clothes on, but like...
Head of disguise.
Also, I have on the hat of disguise.
Okay, so it is magical disguise. Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
could probably tell
I
by the
would
voice or
rather...
something.
Now, one interesting point of
I would-
contention. I don't know if Millie can speak Dhampir.
I can't, so I kind of have an idea if you guys are down with this. Millie's going to turn and say, "Look, I'm not much of a talker. You are. Now, I have the greatest disguise ever, if I do say so myself. And I was thinking, maybe we could say that, the Marquess has lost her voice or something. Maybe that no good Millie cut out her throat or something. And so now she has to have Lord Rotbone now speak for her."
This sounds like a plan I can get behind.
Alaric just puts his hands down, or his head down in his hands, realizing he is the only person in the party that can speak Dhampir.
We could get you two married. Does that work?
Hey, I only have 2 wives in this world and 1 husband, and I never see them already. I want to at least keep this guy by me until, well, a couple weeks from now, after everything's
Wait.
dead again.
Isn't the saying one in every port?
Well, I've
This-
been to a
this
lot
is
of
a new
ports.
port.
What can I say?
It's a new port.
A palatial residence stands near the northern end of the waterfront. The bottom of the tomb-like building is carved with scenes of ghoul armies conquering other races. A flight of steps, flanked by stone gypso-sphinxes, leads to platforms with rows of elegant columns and 12-foot-tall statues of former ghoul emperors and leaders. A quartet of Imperial Ghoul guards eye you warily as you ascend these steps.
You said they were cool guards?
Yes.
On arm in arm with the Marquess will start to walk up and then say, Alaric, it's your turn. Go.
Great.
I will say as an aside, you've noticed that Darkwool primarily would speak Darkwool. That doesn't mean they can't speak Common. It's very they can speak Common just as much as any other race does. But you do admit it may arouse some suspicion, especially if Dorva would speak Common amongst other Darkwool to Darkwool. It might be strange, but you might think that for non-local Darkwool, maybe they would, coming from the surface or something, they could still. So I'm trying to throw you a little bit of a bone where you could technically speak Common, but it may add to the complexity of the.
So A, that's definitely what I'm thinking. But B, Bond's gonna like ham it up as like clap his hands, like go do it now. You're in my employ.
Alaric just bristles for a brief second and walks forward and starts yelling at Darkwool. Has our shipment of skins arrived for the Marquis's inspection?
The ghouls look at each other, and one of them kind of darts back into the house for a moment and comes back and whispers something to the other ones, and one of them turns towards you and says, we did receive a shipment, yes.
Well, we've come here to discuss a trade with the Marquis. We've already been doing business with the Marquesa here, and she wanted to come along and join us with the discussion of trade and working together to establish even more lucrative opportunities.
Don't forget to mention Lord Emperor Rotbone.
And we are led by His Eminence, Emperor Rotbone.
At which point he'll bow.
A more serving ghoul kind of comes out, and they kind of whisper amongst each other and says, "This should have been scheduled far in advance. Showing up like this is Oh dear, Lady Grey Suture, I'm terribly sorry. We weren't expecting you here on land." Of course.
There was a terrible incident. She's lost her voice. I'm sorry for the sudden seeming intrusion. We were waylaid on the way here on the Sulphur Sea, so apologies. But if we could step inside, the lady's voice is being fouled by the caustic air.
Would expect the seas would be rather rejuvenating for her, but come this way, please. And they do let your entourage inside. The inside of the palace is rigid and drafty, with cavernous rooms tastefully decorated with paintings on the walls and numerous medals and battle trophies. Sensible meeting and dining areas. The Marquis is standing at firm attention near one of these meeting rooms. He's bald and slim, with a bent nose and a perpetual scowl. His gleaming breastplate is decorated with the 3 skulls of the Imperium, and he wears a crimson cloak. And he doesn't really bow, but he kind of nods his head in a show of respect. As he takes you all in and then offers you to sit down. And then he actually dismisses, he waves like his servants and stuff, start bringing things, but he actually kind of gestures them all and even gestures his guards out of the room as well. There's a nice token of him.
Interesting. I think at that point, Bond will speak up and say, "Thank you for entertaining us, but this will be in just common."
Yeah. He stares at you all for a long time, like going back and forth, and just very expressionless on his face.
Um, and after that long awkwardness, Bond will pull out the scarab and just rest it like on his knee.
On your knee or on his knee?
On Bond's knee. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He takes a seat and is resting it on Bond's own
So
knee.
it's visible to him or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
He darts his eyes down, and you can tell there's a little bit of a twitch in his mouth as he sees it and darts his eyes up. And he gives a side-eye glance at Lady Grey Suture and says, well, this is all very exciting. This is the longest I've been in a room without the Marquess speaking her mind. I must say it's quite nice. You were at...
Put her in her place.
Yes, I imagine. What exactly would I find if I were to go over to her place of residence now?
Oh, you wouldn't like it very much. It's just a crap show over there.
They haven't dusted in some time.
He kind of just stares again, says, it's not bad. It's quite effective, these disguises you all wear. I bet they've got most of everyone fooled. But I am not a fool.
From what we hear, definitely not.
And neither are you all. Now, this is a symbol I haven't seen in many years. I presume you're here to tell me how you came by it and what you need of me.
This is Brandon. I'm making sure we're looking for Emperor Nicephorus or Moretto Lichmark.
Those are all
Lichmark
villains.
has our Duke. We need the Duke back.
Archduke Avgost is the Krakovan noble that was kidnapped from the dude that you escorted way back in chapter 2, I believe.
Right, but the person that we think has got him is or Narrowzane.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what. Narrowzane is the guy that you have been working for since you came to the underworld a little bit, like you.
Okay,
towards the end of chapter 5.
Enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, correct.
Mm-hmm.
And you all know that the Archduke has been taken by the Duke, I believe, of this, basically the ruler of the city, the mayor, the Duke, Lichmark, Moretto Lichmark.
Okay, yeah.
And you've also had a lot of problems with the Hunger Cult, which is run by the High Priest Marrowblight.
I don't think
so. Our assumption is Marrowblight's going to sacrifice him for some, world-ending catastrophe, and we need the Duke back before that happens.
And then Nicephorus is the I'm being like the hyperlink of you, like looking at all the important names. Nicephorus is the ultimate high emperor of the entire Imperium. You haven't really had any run-in or experience with
interaction with him
yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know if that person is like in the whole invasion of the north of the surface? Is that led by this guy, or is it some sort of like underground plot thing?
The invasion of the surface and everything happened about 10 years ago, and that was definitely part of the Emperor. And when they seized power a while back, they've been like expanding their domain and everything. So that's been certainly at that behest. All of the, and then you like they haven't really done much since then. And then all of a sudden they've had this plan to kidnap the Archduke. But you're not quite sure how like deep that plan goes, other than it's being brought that he's in this city and was brought here by the leader of this city, as far as you know.
Which the leader of the city we're saying is Duke Moreto Lichmark. The emperor is Nicephorus. My notes say destroy Emperor Nicephorus. Probably not in the city. That's Bond's goal, I guess.
Target of opportunity.
Yeah.
There's 3 party members that if we see him, we might try to take him out.
So right now we're talking to Lazio Damas.
Yes.
Okay.
It was one of the contacts that Narrowzane gave you as somebody who can supposedly help you, as well as Dorva Greysuture, which obviously did not end up working out.
But she was like selfish, right? That like she was like thinking that she wasn't gonna get her cut, basically.
Yes, yeah. She definitely seemed like she was trying to be opportunistic about it, and it seemed like she had found maybe a new position with this new regime, but then she had currently been on the outs of that regime, so she was thinking you guys would be a good opportunity for her to get back in, basically. Instead of getting back in with Narrowzane, she wanted to get back in with the Duke and everything. So
yeah. Okay, so I think Bond would just say, we've made friends in unconventional ways with unpopular people. We have also carried a bit of a reputation through the visits in the underworld so far. Essentially, we need to move quickly, and we don't have much time to dilly-dally about positioning.
I respect the sense of urgency and the clandestine approach, that you represent a clear and present danger to yourself and those around you. Now, I enjoyed my station under Narrowzane. He kind of whispers the name, like as if he doesn't quite remember it. And he kind of has a far-off look for a second and says, I was the general of the Legionnaires. And now I have been put out to pasture. Although he kind of gestures around, you can see like the elegance that he's surrounded by. Yes, poor me, indeed. But I have no particular love for Duke Lichmark. My loyalty lies with the Emperor and all that he has done for the Imperium. And it is my understanding the Duke is making a move against him.
You said it's his understanding that the Duke is making a move against who?
The Emperor.
Emperor.
Okay.
I do not believe this plan to kidnap some noble from the surface was sanctioned by the Emperor. And look what it has brought. And he gestures all of you. Very powerful warriors and spellcasters. And he kind of bristles for a second. Clerics. Right into the heart of our domain.
Okay, so in Bond's head right now, he's actually like immediately shifting plans compared to what he had been doing before, I guess. Because I don't think Bond had recognized that there was I can't think of the word right now. Like a bit of an insurrection or what's the word when somebody doesn't
Coup, maybe? Or a
follow
rebellion?
the rules that they've been given.
Sedition?
Yeah. Insubordination.
I've given you a lot of good... Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, insubordination is what I was thinking of. I don't think Bond recognized that there was a problem with insubordination. I think he thought it was like a calculated overall plan. And so now Bond's starting to think that maybe there's a way to just help quell the issue of like this uprising and then maybe try to find some type of like, hey, you stay down here, and stop messing around up there, and then we'll figure it out. But we need to stop this thing first. But that's not something he says. He just kind of gets lost, I think, in his head for a minute.
Yeah.
He will go ahead and say that the Archduke is my Duke is very important to us, and it's
Apparently.
important that we stop it quickly. We can bring back, help bring back maybe some of your station. Are you interested in it, or are you already finished and retired? And he puts like venom behind the word retired to see if it instigates him or to see
Yeah.
if he just lets it go.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with advantage. With your plus 13.
Oh,
Stupid
31.
felt the honey on those words, man.
Yeah. You can see that he's very controlled of his emotions, but you can see when you see that his like eye twitches a little bit. And he kind of absently like touches like one of his medals or something. Says, I have given everything to the Imperium, and I will continue to give more. I suspect that Duke Lichmark, placing all of his orders above the Emperor's and working with the High Priest of Vardazane, Marrowblight. And I know that the Duke has the favor of the Wizard General Smiling Majorette. She is a powerful foe and in command of the forces here in the city. But I still have some pull here, much influence amongst the soldiers. I may be able to help indirectly.
Are we talking about rebellion or just a distraction? Are we talking about support as an escort in and out?
This is politics that we are playing now. Far more complicated than my normal battlefield. But
Alaric will cover his mouth and touch the earring and whisper, assassination.
that would be...
He wouldn't hear it, just the party would.
Okay. There has been greatly increased security in Vandekhul, with much of the Legion here. They are preparing for something. Because of the hunger cult's involvement, you need to seek out one of the priests. They will know more information about what's going to happen and when. Mother Genova at the Temple of Agonizing Bliss. She isn't very happy about the hunger cult's growing power. She could be a... Well, you are used to unlikely allies, are you not?
More than I ever thought we would be. And he kind of looks around at like the people who have been like completely against doing this and that they've been bought in at this point, right? Millie and Stan, Zaberi.
Yeah.
Rye's been the only person who's kind of been like on board with like, yeah, sure, sounds fine.
You may have to donate a little blood to get on her good side, but you can tell her the phrase, "The General shares your concerns," and she should be more amenable. There are many of us in the city who grow concerned about the Duke's machinations. Of course, I would also warn you away from the Marquess here, but it seems you've already discovered her nature.
Great. So you guys
Yeah,
picked
what
the
did
wrong
she
one
do to
first.
piss off everyone so much?
She plays the game of politics a bit fast and loose, and she rose high and then fell low.
Played.
Truly, that would be quite the upset amongst the nobility. Not to me, though.
How long would you estimate that there would be time before the rest of this city found out?
I think it would be in your best interest to stay no longer than 24 hours in this city. Hopefully, whatever's happening happens soon. The longer you stay, the more danger you put upon yourselves. There are powerful ghouls who can sense the flesh through your disguises. And, of course, the reputation of the instigators that move amongst the Dhampir with ease has reached this city. You have left quite a trail behind yourselves. Although even I wasn't aware of, he gestures to the stone cockroach, my old master's involvement. That certainly shakes things up.
Bond will pull it back into like his robes, and stand up.
He is well, then.
He is getting by.
What can we do for you?
No, damn it, he gave us that freely. That was his choice. Like he whispers that.
I respect a commander, out of position or not.
He leans forward a bit. You can tell it takes him a second to like try to see you underneath the disguise. He says, "You are Krakovan, are you not?"
Yes, I am.
Does it not bother you to wear the visage of your conquerors?
Do you know how many guys this dude's murdered? Like just straight annihilated?
And you can tell he's not necessarily trying to goad you, Alaric, but he does find it kind of, I don't know, darkly amusing or something. Maybe not amusing, but ironic, yeah. This is personal for you, is it not?
Everything's personal.
That makes for a effective but dangerous soldier.
The vampires still control my land, my home. Wearing this uniform gives me an opportunity to do what I do best.
Will you be able to work with Mother Genova, then? She is a priestess of Morena, a blood goddess.
I'm very familiar with blood, and I'll let my fangs pop out. I'm very, very familiar with blood.
Well, you are.
So again, what can we do for you?
For me, you can respect the Emperor's wishes which is not to make a mockery or destruction of this city, which I suspect you are at least partially capable of. Especially of our security systems, knowing we have powerful warriors in the middle of what should be a sanctuary for our kind. That is much cause for concern. Remain as clandestine as you can, and if you are able to eliminate Marrowblight or even the Duke, that would be an effective stop to whatever seditious plans they have.
What about your wizard commander? What do you want to see happen to her?
If she has indeed fallen with the Duke, then her destruction has already been sealed. And that would leave an interesting power vacuum that I might be able to fulfill.
So I have an idea. Is there a way that we can deal with this and make it look like you came out on top? Or you exposed it?
He kind of steeples his hands together and says,
As a loyal emperor's man?
Exactly.
perhaps a direct line to the Emperor will be necessary. I will need to make some, I was going to say phone calls, but that's not quite, some messenger bats.
Sending stones.
Sending stones, messages, in order to get in line with the Emperor. I do not make any moves without the Emperor's consent. But with his knowledge, perhaps I could rise to the top. And if any of you wish to take this, and he gestures to your visage, full time, I'm sure we could find places for you here. I wouldn't recommend staying here as a... He almost says fleshlight, but he kind of corrects himself. As a living person. I think it's much of an existence.
So besides information to speak to this high priestess, are you willing to offer any other assistance?
He hands you a sending stone, Alaric, and says, I can. As I mentioned, my influence with the military still holds some sway. But you don't have a plan because you don't have a location or a win or any of those. So once you have that figured out, you can consult with me on this private line, and I will see how I can aid you.
It's a burner stone.
Yeah. Don't call me between the times of night.
Bond stands up and walks over and goes to shake his hand.
You do that, and the whole time he just sits there, and then a big the whole time he's looking very, very. You almost forget he's a Darkwool, and then he kind of just can't help it but grins a little bit, and then you see his like really creepy, like, the serrated sharp teeth and everything for a bit, and he does stand up very dramatically with cloak billowing down.
Yeah.
And he doesn't bend down at all. He just kind of puts his arm down and very slowly grasps at your, like, kind of a which might not have been expecting it.
Yeah.
and you can feel like the long claws of his hand, and he sits there and just kind of, and you notice your pulse. He's kind of like gripping you right there. You can feel like your pulse, beating against the hand, and he just kind of stares at you for a second, and then he very slowly shakes your hand.
Yeah.
It's all very deliberate and very dramatic with being very undertone.
No, that's super
And
cool.
for a brief moment, Alaric will let his cloak show the Krakovar colors of being a hussar,
Mm.
and just let him see that for a moment, and then let it go back to our disguise, and put my fangs back.
I respect a soldier who serves his country with honor.
I guess let's head to the Temple of Agonizing Bliss.
The Temple
One
of
of-
Agonizing Bliss.
One last
Sounds
question.
lovely.
Anything of use or interest in what is it? The boneyard,
The bone heap. Bone heaps?
the bone heap, yes, and the king there.
You almost see him like roll his eyes, but he kind of again maintains his composure and says, "Citizens of the Imperium, steer clear of the bone heap. There are no politics or leadership there, just the dregs of our society. I don't know if anything can help you, but it is certainly not sanctioned by any Dhampir."
Understood. Thank you for your time.
As we're walking out and whatever privacy we have, did he like indicate where the like?
Yes, that added like a thing on your map. Yeah, there's a whole kind of, I don't know, religious quarter, I guess, sort of in the middle-ish, to the west of the Colosseum. Which if you gather some more information, you learn that there's basically three major religious institutions here. There's the Vardazane temple. There's the Morena temple, and then there's the pyramid of Anuk Akma, who's the sort of like the gods of hunger, death, and blood, I believe, which are the top three that the ghouls worship. And you learn that like living creatures are definitely not permitted near the pyramid, and that's also where they have a lot of like sarcophagus and shit. But the Temple of Agonizing Bliss can be permitted by anyone. Let's see, you guys are making your way. While you're making your way through the city, are we still? What's the situation? Are we keeping up the same disguise situation with the Millie as Dorva, and then everybody else as the Darkwool?
No reason to change it yet.
Okay.
Isn't she super noticeable though?
That's what I was gonna say. It's a
Are people gonna be like, "Hey, we haven't seen you in years"?
Right. That's the only thing is you're now like well, it would definitely change the dynamic of how you're going about the city. Yeah, you're suddenly have a this is a noble who you may not quite know the whole history, although the Marquis kind of teased the fact that she has always been a big uppity noble. She kind of rose pretty high at one point. And in fact, I don't know if I mentioned it, but you would probably have learned that Dorva was even the consort at one point of Duke Lichmark. But she got kicked to the curb, and he's got a new girlfriend now, and so she's was kind of on the outs of the main society, but still definitely a noble and pretty powerful. So yeah, walking through the streets like that, I mean, would be a bit of a different context. So why don't we get group deception checks from everybody, or unless you want to tell me another way that you want to try to make your way through the city.
No, I'm fine with her staying it.
I am too. I do have a question. Would Bahn make the guy very jealous? Because I kind of want to play up that angle.
Okay, you could.
Like if
Hey,
well,
yeah,
first we're going to
if
go
you're
see
down with it too.
Well, I want to make sure that I'm following the people. The person we're trying to make jealous is Duke Lichmark, but we don't know where Duke Lichmark is yet. We're hoping to get that information from this Mother Genova, right? Genova.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, assuming we get to that point, Bond's on board. Yeah.
Well, even just the locals saying that she's got a new boyfriend.
Just start the rumor mill.
That can go through rumor
And
mill.
it's a Kobold Darkul. This is
Yeah.
the talk of the town now.
And the rest of us are very capable of playing the bodyguard, the escort.
Yeah.
It's already on the newsstands as we walk by.
Yeah, hear ye. Marquez has a new bow. Yeah, give me those deception checks with advantage, because I actually like this with everybody acting out the bodyguards or like the date approach.
Oh, I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Zaberi's just against it. Like in general, just constant scowl on her face.
This is bullshit.
Yep.
You.
All right, group check is a group check. Let's see. So you all can arrive at the temple, which I think is... Which one is that? It's this building
Is it
here.
here? Oh,
It's
okay.
actually this one, yeah.
Before we go in,
Yeah.
I'll hand my mark of blood to Bon. If she requires blood, you can pour this out.
Mm.
Yeah, this is now. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the same place that we had issues with your sister, right? Like the same.
Same cult, different zip code. Yes.
Okay, and you're gonna be able to like keep it together.
It's best if I don't talk. Otherwise, it might get really, really bright in here.
How much blood's in this thing? Doesn't this hold like a lot?
It's equivalent to like a superior potion of healing. So,
okay.
How much is that in blood?
It's like six commoners per bag.
It's legit about 3 pints of blood.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I put 3
Zaberi's
pints
gonna
of
be
blood in it.
The bear's gonna be like, as soon as you say like you guys are talking, and one of you goes like sisters, you're like, whoa, wait, what? Sister?
Which one? I have 2. Io and
Sister that's potentially a problem.
oh, she's dead and buried permanently. I took care of it myself.
Okay, so there's no problem here.
There's no problem here.
Well, we'll see.
Built from black stone and embellished with spikes and barbs, the Temple of Agonizing Bliss is a monument to Morena and an architectural nod to the Blood Kingdom of Morgau. The steps leading up to the temple are studded with blades and sharp spikes and caked with dried blood.
So gruesome.
Lovely.
Oh, this is the steps, like just to get into the building.
Yes, and it looks like it would literally damage you to walk up there.
Because of the barbs on the ground.
Mm-hmm. It's like
This is
a
how we get
miniature, like if you would fall into a classic like spike pit, it's like a very miniaturized version of that, like built into the steps all the way up.
Gosh, this sucks. Why is this whole place so bad?
Are there any walls nearby that I could just run along or something?
I think this is like part of the entry.
You
Doesn't
could.
mean you have to do it.
It would be pretty noticeable if Dorva Grey Suture suddenly runs along the wall. Man, she is really rejuvenated.
Restraining in
Yeah,
there.
get you some boy toy. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. It does wonders.
Bond's like considering his 56 hit points.
How many steps are there? It looks like there are about 15 feet of stairs, of spiked stairs.
And then it's clear at the top.
And then it looks like once you're up at the building, it looks clear.
So we're gonna chant 3D4 probably.
Sandals.
Well, Bond's
The girl's
considering like
sandals are coming
having Zaberi carry him.
Are we in
The
dim
breeze
light?
already on her way up. Sandals come off. She's not wrecking her sandals.
Kicking the shoes off.
Up the stairs.
What
Not a
is it?
flinch. Not a flinch.
Okay. It is basically equivalent to the spike growth spell. So every 5 feet, you're taking 2d4 piercing damage.
3D4. I'm dead, guys.
So if you,
Am I rolling that or you?
no, I'll let you roll it since you're walking. Go ahead and take, what is it, 64 then? 'cause you're
I'd
doing
say we could
15.
carry you, Bond.
No, I'll
Oh,
play
there's
the
a great roll.
Those are some nasty
Oh.
spikes.
I'll
He's
play
like,
the-
And you can
Bond,
see your
I would
blood is
carry
like
you.
No,
falling.
I'm gonna do it. I pushed you off of me. No, I don't need help. I've gotten this far.
Can I? If I can Misty Step, can I Misty Step with
You
Bond?
son of a!
He's already halfway up.
You could Misty Step with me. I'm okay with that.
Yes,
All
it's definitely dim light everywhere.
All right.
Wow,
I,
Bond with the ones
Yeah, I'll
and
take it.
twos, nice.
I'll take it.
and then Alec and I, Misty Step to the top. Like, come on, guys.
Okay, try to do it where
I love
nobody's
it.
looking. All of a sudden, you just like reappear up there.
I love it.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
you get
Bond
it.
is screaming. I assume.
Well, I did yell, "You son of a!"
the teleport goes up.
yeah. Zaberi's going to walk over and she's like, I should push you back down. You have disrespected this amazing temple.
Same team. Same team.
She says it like super loud.
Bloody
And if we're
footprints.
lucky, this is the only disrespect I do of this temple.
Bloody footprints lead across a marble floor toward a beautiful statue of the Red Goddess looming over a blood-stained altar. 4 iron cauldrons filled with blood stand at each corner. A woman dressed in a hooded crimson robe approaches you. She has a white streak running down her raven black hair, and in her hands she holds a book blazoned with the goddess's symbol. And when she speaks, you can clearly see her very prominent fangs in her mouth. And she says, "Hello, supplicants. I am not familiar with your faces." Although when she does glance to Dorva Grey Suture, whenever you come up, she is suddenly taken aback. She says, "Marquess Grey Suture." And she appears to be completely flustered. "You have never stepped foot in here before."
Well, I think it's about time that I change things. If you don't mind, I have found religion really does bring the people together, and that's where I've met my new beau. Please, Mr. Lord Grimtooth Rotbone.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't perform a lot of Darakul weddings here, but I imagine if Maybe you want to do things a bit more discreetly?
We've got plenty of time. We don't need to rush there. We
yes,
are
we're
looking.
still in the planning phases.
We were hoping to speak with Mother Genova.
It is. She indicates herself. It is me. Was that the name I gave you, Genova?
I believe so.
Okay.
I have Mother Genova, Temple of Agonizing Bliss.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that I took down the right note.
No, that's fine. If that, we'll go with that. I think I messed up the name, but that's fine. That'll be the name now. She nods. Yes, that's his eye.
She says,
You have quite the entourage, but this is not a social call. Were you here to make a blood donation?
as a matter of fact, and he pulls out is it a vial? I can't remember, Stan.
Mark of blood. It's a glass canister.
And he'll bring it out and he goes, go ahead. What'd you say, Ray?
I was just making a joke saying it's
Oh.
like a Stanley type of thing.
Oh, it's Stanley. That's hilarious.
Just need a little top off here. That's all.
And he'll say, we do have a donation.
Oh.
At which point he's looking to indicate like the best place to make it.
Yeah, she kind of bows gracefully and nods to one of the.
Go for the altar. Go for the altar.
Yeah, she indicates one of the cauldrons with the blood in there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. And he'll walk up and he'll go through the process of using the blood and Bond being Bond, he'll pour in only half of it.
Okay. She nods gratefully.
I was going to say you could sleight of hand it and take it as your own healing. Let
it run over my fingers first. That's a good idea.
It's basically a potion of healing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If I'm permitted to do that, I'll like run it over my fingers as I do this stuff. And then say like as he's doing it, he says, the general shares your concerns.
Her head kind of snaps over at that, and she arches an eyebrow and actually looks to you and to Dorva and everything and says, truly, you're here on behalf of the general, then?
The Moss himself.
So, you are here to help us with a little issue, and she kind of begins walking. Like, there's a few people like around the area milling about doing church shit, I guess, and she's kind of milling about, and she kind of, with her body language, indicates for you to kind of walk and talk with her.
At which point he'll put the stuff back together and then put it away and start he'll offer his arm for gray suture, essentially, assuming that Millie takes it. And will I don't think I could take a whole superior healing, but I might do a potion. But yeah, he'll offer his arm if Millie takes it, and then we'll start walking along with her.
Yeah, 100% she takes his arm.
Okay. And she says, yes, we high priests keep each other in check, but Marrowblight has gone far beyond his station. He and his hunger cult have been planning a big ritual at the Bone Cathedral. And she finally stops when you're at a kind of a shadowy alcove, and she darts She still looks a little uncertain, but speaking to you, and you can tell she's like intimidated by Grey Suture as well. She says, but she kind of leans in, and now she gets into the gossip of it. She says, according to the High Priest, Vardazane hungers for the ghoulish transformation of a Krakovan noble, one that evaded death during the invasion all those years ago. If appeased, the hunger god will, according to Marrowblight, bestow untold power onto the ghouls. Now, we vampires have our weaknesses, but the Darakul's primary weakness is they are so few. Many infected with the fever either die or become baser ghouls. If this ritual is completed, supposedly they will learn or unlock the secret to creating Darakul with more or maybe even every transformation. Can you imagine? That much power, they would quickly rule the worlds below and above.
It would upset the balance, wouldn't it?
Yes, and certainly there would be no place for any other religions if their hunger god gives them that much power. It would transform the Imperium into a theocracy with Marrowblight near the top.
At her saying that strikes Bahn as interesting, that she would have a problem with it being a theocracy, other than that it's not her god at the top of the list. Is that kind of the okay?
Probably the vibe you get, yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily going to be helpful, but Bahn will pull out the scarab, and then just kind of like hold on to it and rub it through his, like rub his thumb over it or something, like absently, but try to make it to where he's pulled a token and he's playing with it, but he's not trying to necessarily make it super obvious to her.
Yeah. She notices you doing that, but you don't notice any recognition she has over that token.
Yeah. If there isn't anything, if he catches her eye, he'll just put it away again.
Yeah.
To make sure I understand, you said that the sacrifice is to happen at the Bone Cathedral?
Yes, and by all accounts, and from what I can tell, I believe it's going to happen at some time early tomorrow. I believe the Duke is scheduled to arrive at the Bone Cathedral tomorrow morning.
Arrive? He's not here already?
He's here in the city, of course, but not at the cathedral, as far as I'm aware.
Sorry if I missed something. Did you say why it was at the Bone Cathedral?
That's where the...
So, yeah, she doesn't seem to know what's necessarily going to happen, except that there is going to be a ritual. Let's see, what is it?
And is the thought that he would be transported there by like a parade or a procession, or he would just magically show up there?
So you can ask that, and yeah, and she says that if it weren't for her knowledge of, kind of spying on the other priests, basically, and getting information from them, she's not even sure this figure is in the city. She's seen this is like the best kept secret, that they've got this important captive, basically. So she's not sure where he is or where he's being kept, but there was no like public announcement or anything. It's all been kept very down on the down low. And in fact, she suspects that when the ritual, whatever is going to happen, like they'll probably, like the cathedral will probably be like locked to the public or something. Like it's literally below the opposite of above board, I'm going to say. Below board? It's not really a phrase people use, but
Have you heard of any of Lichmark's qualities? Things he's known for, his strongest at?
the Duke is charming, charismatic, affable, well liked in the city, certainly. Enjoys his station, enjoys his nobility.
A
And-
bit too much, though, right? Isn't he been living above his station some?
Well, of course, there's been rumors about that, but there's also been sayings about a Dhampir is never satisfied with their current station. So perhaps this was an inevitability. But, of course, if you try to rise too high, you'd better succeed.
Does he keep a security detail with him?
I'm afraid my knowledge is more pertained to Marrowblight and the church and all that's going on. I don't keep track of the security or politics of the city as close as others do. But yes, rest assured, the Duke certainly has a honor guard and his own detachment of the Harvester Legion, and in fact there have been more soldiers here of late, so I suspect he will be using them perhaps to help guard the cathedral.
High Priest Marrowblight, she's over the Bone Cathedral, right?
Yes.
What can you tell us of the Bone Cathedral or this Marrowblight?
Specifically weaknesses or easy points of access.
It's a detailed map, schematic,
Yeah.
It's
It is a rather large facility. Of course, doesn't feature as much blood as we do, has numerous attendants involved. The different tenets of hunger involve satiation and gluttony, and it's of course very popular amongst the ghouls. There are typically some there during all manners of day and night. Marrowblight is an eccentric figure, one that's the kind who seems to have the god's mouth in his ear constantly, and likes to show off his power, I suppose. Has some sort of ridiculous getup where he shrouds his face and wears some sort of candelabrum on his head. Garish.
I thought you said he had his ear in his mouth. That was
Like, wait, who's doing what now?
you said it right, but I had heard it the
Yeah.
other way.
You said candelabra on his head?
Yes, you will know it when you see it. He is distinct and recognizable.
The thought of that's offensive to me.
He does have much power, though, so do not entreat his voice and his eccentricities for a madman, for he is perhaps favored by Vardazane.
How would you feel if an accident befell him?
I hold no loyalties to any of the other churches here in the town. And in fact, if Marrowblight is indeed trying to conduct some powerful ritual that would rise the hunger cult above all others, that would leave me without any safety or allies here. So his end is perhaps necessary at this point.
Alaric will pop fangs. As he smiles, his fangs will come down. Do you have any assistance that you may be able to lend to someone else who is familiar with blood?
A boon, perhaps? A blessing?
She says, I might be able to offer better than that. There is a underground tunnel system in the city. It's well known, dangerous, but I believe there's at least one passage that connects to all the temples, including the Bone Cathedral. You might be able to find your way inside that way.
Bahn will kind of poke Alaric in the side and say, kind of like how this whole thing started, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't want to get punched in the gut again.
Trip over each other. Healing word on the way back up.
Kind of looks down at the hilt of his rapier. Yeah, it is where it all began. Spiders and rats.
Do you mind leading us to the tunnel? Or at least pointing it out to us?
Yeah, she says.
From here?
Yeah, she's like, go down 2 streets, turn left at this alley, and then go down to the end of it, and there should be an old entrance to the tunnels that you can find down there. Once you're down there, it will require some very careful navigation skills to make it through. It's filled with degenerate ghouls, beggar ghouls, and all manner of nastiness. But thankfully, you shouldn't have to go too far because the Bone Cathedral is obviously not too far from here.
Is there a back door to this temple so we don't have to go back down the front stairs?
That I do not believe there is. The temples are not up to fire code.
It's one egress.
Yeah, you're good to think of an exit strategy, but can't help you there.
Well, we'll let the general know you've been helpful.
Yes.
He doesn't say that loud. He's not trying to be boisterous with that.
Yeah. She nods and says a bit louder and says, "I thank you for your donation, and bless your new union, my lady and lord."
Thank you very much for that. I would like to also give you a bit of a warning. There seems to be this woman going around this town. Her name is Millie, and she is just very dangerous. She nearly took me out on my own pleasure yacht.
Oh dear. Yes, of course. We'll. I assume you've already gone to the authorities, my lady, or
We try to keep the knowledge of escaped slaves as a private matter.
Yes, of course. Well, surely your private guards will be swift in hunting them down.
He's like bored looking.
As you all make your way to escape, you do note that the She points out. I'm trying to think of a way you can not make you guys go down the steps. Maybe there's like a slide that's like
Slide?
opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah. She pushes it. She like puts her hand on the thing, and like the spikes like kind of tilt to where they're like the way spikes tilt in a carport or something, or you can go over them that way.
One direction, but
You
not
go
the
one
other.
direction and not the other direction. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. Yep. And you all can kind of make your way towards those directions she pointed out. Walking down the street from the temple, you notice that doors and windows start kind of closing around you, and people are hurrying to leave the area, and even your frequent gassed escorts have like completely backed off. And you see several uniformed ghouls featuring the colors and emblem of the Harvester Legion emerge from other alleys and streets to partially surround your party. Ahead of you, a grim-faced officer approaches from atop a carrion beetle, acid spit dribbling from its maw. The mounted figure is flanked by more armored legionnaires holding mace-like clubs made from bone, the ends carved like grinning ghouls. The man atop the carrion beetle says, "You all are wanted for questioning. On orders of the Lord of all Ghouls, Prince of Darakan, Viceroy of Vandekhul, and Lord of Morgau and Daresh, his dread and eternal Emperor Nicephorus. By the authority of I, Captain Sticks Deep, you will submit and come with us, either willingly or unwillingly." And I think with that, we're going to take a break here, and we'll come back in about 10 minutes. So you guys get a chance to think about how you're
What
gonna
you've
What we've
done.
what you've done.
We haven't done anything.
All right. We're coming back from our break. And I've thrown a bit of a monkey wrench into your situation, as you have learned a lot of information from the last 2 visits that you had. Fortunately, you seem to have gained some notoriety or infamy, and you've been approached by a contingent of forces, ghouls and an armored Darakul, including a officer mounted atop a carrion beetle, who is now essentially calling for your surrender and submission.
Do they?
So
You first, Dan.
I was just going to say, and how many of them are there?
You can see around you, aside from the captain and the beetle, there are about 4 armored soldiers and another 10 or so look like more normal ghouls, but they've got the uniform of the Harvester Legion. So over a dozen altogether.
And are they wearing the same uniform as the general was, or is it totally different? Demas is who I'm referring
Right.
to.
The general, former general, I guess I should say.
That's why.
Yeah, he had a kind of slightly different outfit on, I guess. More of a like, what do they call it, military dress or something, I guess.
Sure.
If that. Whereas these guys are wearing like active military.
Do these look
gear.
like they're the police MPs, or do they look like they are like more of like the Emperor's security detail?
Yeah, they look like battlefield army soldiers, like military. And you've heard that the from multiple sources now that the Harvester Legion, which is their main like just Imperium army, would obviously have like stations and troops in every city, but you've heard from multiple sources that that's been increasing in Vandekhul as of late.
Can I ask where? So this is a city. This isn't where the emperor. Where they reside? It's their home base, so to speak.
As far as you're aware, the Emperor does not have a home here. He probably has, in fact, I think you probably learned by now that he has like a summer home here, because this is like their kind of the vacation city.
This is Camp David.
Yeah, I guess. But this is not the Emperor's home base necessarily. But the Emperor would have jurisdiction over all of the Imperium, all the Imperial cities and everything.
So,
Would you?
if we're being taken somewhere, I'll be quick. If we're being taken somewhere, it's to see someone here, probably, and not the Emperor, but some sort of a representative or something.
That would
Maybe.
probably be safe to assume for you. Yeah.
Okay.
We can take these guys. Say the word, and it's done.
Do we want to? Zaberi is always ready to fight, but isn't this guy on our team?
No.
Hmm?
He's with
Are
the
we
Legion.
literally trying to stop insurrection against him? Have I got the wrong group here?
That's a byproduct. This is the Legion.
How dare you? As you guys are like,
Yeah.
Anyway.
how
Never
dare
mind.
you interrupt Mark Cassis's Grey Sutures escort around the city? Who do you think you are?
Yes, what is the meaning of this?
I will
Really?
repeat only once that by the authority of the Eternal Emperor Nicephorus, I, Captain Sticks Deep, have placed you all wanted for questioning. You will submit to us and come willingly, or we will drag you unwillingly. You have 10 seconds to comply.
Is there a crowd around us?
Not really. A lot of, it's the kind of like, oh, you made me win. clever girl. It's like a western. It's like a western, right? Where people are like hiding in their houses, like seeing in.
Yeah, you described it that way.
Yeah, they're all like, so there's kind of a hidden crowd, basically. People watching, obviously, but people have like backed off the streets.
Yeah, Millie just takes a swing at the guy that was talking and says, "Guys, cheese it."
All right, let me put you on the map and we'll roll for initiative.
I was gonna open up with something else, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So just real quick while we're getting set up, I was talking to them before you had unmuted, and it made me think of the Australian guy that was getting arrested. And he starts out saying, "This is Democracy Manifest, gentlemen." And they start to put him in the car. Have you seen the video?
No, I haven't seen this.
I'll share it after the game.
Okay,
It's
okay.
hilarious.
I need the
I
reference.
already did, but don't go there yet.
Yeah, it's not.
Save it for after.
Okay. So much initiative.
Sorry, I'm fighting with.
I wonder if I can actually drag a box. Oh yeah.
Oh, I need to. Am I allowed to roll for a potion of healing for pouring that bone blood?
Oh
thing
yeah,
on me?
sure. Your poor bloody feet.
Do just a regular healing potion. 5.
Say it's like up here.
Everybody, I think so.
And we need to roll initiative.
What were the bodyguards' reaction to this guy's countdown?
I mentioned the fact that your escorts had backed off about the same time
Right.
that everybody else in the streets and stuff were kind of backing off. So you look around, you don't see them at all. So they must have just either gotten word or just seen what was happening and
Okay, so the guys we see on the map are part of this guy's entourage.
Correct. Yeah, all of these guys. Yeah, so I'm only using the default ghoul picture,
Gotcha.
but these ghouls are like dressed as soldiers. They just don't appear to have any weapons. They just got their claws. The soldiers though have these unique. You haven't actually seen these before, but they look like a mace made out of a bone, and the head of it looks like a ghoul skull.
Why is the one guy? Why is the one guy pink in the lower right?
I ran out of numbers. It only goes up to 9.
Okay.
So I had to start over with a different color set. It's too many bad guys. The DM's greatest problem.
When was the last time we long rested?
When you leveled up to 12.
On the cathedral, at the cathedral, the other temple.
I hope you did that because that would have been.
No, I
Sorry.
am 12.
Okay.
I'm not sure about my spell slots. If I
You should be
updated-
full. You haven't done anything.
Yeah, you should be full then.
Oh, okay.
Because you weren't in last session, so you would
I was
you would
not,
be fully
yeah.
rested. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Bahn. Well, judging by your outburst, you actually get to trigger the fight first. It looks like you get to choose what you're doing first in this battle.
Last time I tried to do diplomacy after a fight started, it didn't work anyway. So he learned from his mistakes and is going to have his mage hand get big. And cast Big B's hand.
Look at that wall of text.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big B's hand.
And I think
Hits us with a novel.
yeah.
They do
It's a
need to
big
put
one.
the like paragraph breaks in there.
And I think what I want to do is the forceful. It's not grasping hand.
Thing.
You know, the thing is I have split that up before.
All right, you should
Clench
have
fist.
control of this one.
There's clenched fist.
Yeah, I want to go clenched fist.
Yeah.
And I want to go straight to the dude on the carrion beetle.
Just give him the old spectral fisting.
So it is a 20 to hit.
20 is going to hit.
Is that a fist up the shaft?
I would like to be fisted up the shaft.
For 19 force damage
That escalated quickly.
Ouch.
to that guy right there.
Okay, yeah, you literally just, I like the way, yeah, you send your mage hand forward and it just grows bigger, bigger, bigger. Like, as it grows, it, like, launches itself just as a rocket fist and really rings his bell.
You do me a favor and put it on the other side, maybe.
It's
Does it take up
like,
space?
I'm pretty sure you can go through it.
Okay.
It's translucent
Never mind.
force. We'll say it's up here.
Just in case.
That is an interesting question, because it does have its own AC and hit points, right? So it can be...
And I have walked on it before.
Yeah.
It says the hand doesn't fill its space.
Oh,
Right in the middle.
okay. Yeah, you have to pick and find all the fucking details.
Yeah.
And there's these people around us still, right?
Yes, those are a few of them that were able to kind of get around and come at you from the different alleys and side streets. Most of the force is in front of you, though.
Okay, I'm safest here then. I'm not going to move. It's the end of my turn.
All right, the captain definitely doesn't like get punched in the face, so he takes his sword and just raises it up in the air and calls some commands out. Says, "For the Emperor, take them alive." He seems unfazed by the fact that he got punched by a giant spectral fist. But he essentially gives all of his allies the Bless spell. Creature can add a D4 to its roll for they can hear and understand the captain. until the captain is incapacitated. With attack rolls or saving throws. Good luck, DM, remembering that, because I don't have a little checkbox I can do for my sheets. Shit. Alaric is next.
Big fuck. Excuse my language.
Oh my goodness. My one hope was that the cleric would at least not go early.
Nice being a dex-based cleric sometimes. Alaric will walk forward, pull out his holy symbol, and yell, "In the name of Wotan, hold." Every undead within 60 foot needs to make a wisdom save. DC 19.
Range. Oh, I thought you were going to do the turn. Okay. You need to target must on a wisdom save or follow the command. Oh, well. Spells don't fight the target. Language commands. Let's see. Wisdom save for all undead creatures within 60 feet. Oh, my dear lord. All right, everybody hang tight for a hot second.
Everybody go on a 10-minute break.
Yeah, let me make some saves real quick.
I think your script started working again.
Yes, I know. I was panicking earlier about that. All right, let's go.
Delirious in the order.
I guess
So they add a
beetle's
D4.
They do get to add a D4 to all these, yeah. I don't think that matters to... Captain made a 17. Alright, let's go numbers. So let's do 10 ghouls in a row. And only roll the D4 if they get, 15 or higher?
Mm-hmm.
So 1 fails, 2 fails, 3 fails, 4 fails, 5 fails, 6 fails. I can't get any worse than that game. I cannot get any worse than that.
Jesus Christ.
7 fails, 8 fails, 9.
He makes it. He makes it.
Oh yeah, with a D4 I would make it.
Yep.
And then 10. Okay, that's finally an edge case.
Roll one.
10 fails. All right, so only 9 out of those ghouls succeeds. I don't know how to mark that. What was the command?
Yeah, halt.
Halt. Okay.
They are stuck in place.
I'll put a little mark symbol in there.
It might be easier to mark the one that's not halted.
You know, I was just thinking that as I was doing this halfway. I was like, crap, maybe I should do the one that. It's all right. I can do it pretty quick. And then I gotta make saves for the armored ghouls. Gotta click you. There we go. Boom.
And there's nothing. We can still attack them, right? Nothing shakes them out of it.
Yep,
Alright,
It's concentration on you, not them.
correct.
Okay.
It's not like turning.
And then 4 of the armored soldier guys. 1 fails, 2 succeeds, 3 is an edge case.
I will say,
So 3
if I was going to be a
succeeds.
dick, that it would be the ones he can see. Technically, he can't see the ones behind him. So these...
I mean,
these
C to me
three?
is just line of sight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Head on the swivel, man.
So yeah, 1 and 4 fail of these guys. 1 and 4.
So I
All
took
right.
my 3 steps forward, did that, and then I will.
Beetle is not undead, or is it? It's not undead. Okay, the beetle does not have to make a save.
No, and I will step back.
Wait, didn't the captain fail too?
Yes, sorry,
Yep.
the captain did fail. All right, so most of them are commanded to halt. One word command to all undead creatures and target must wisdom save fall the on its next turn. Okay. So we need to go after Mr. Cleric then. Our Imperial Ghouls. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That one can't quite reach you, but it will step up at least and fire its crossbow at Alaric. Which is that plus a d4. What is your AC? So I know if I need to roll the d4 or not.
19.
Okay.
So 19.
Alright, try one more. That's still not going to hit with a d4. Alright, both of those hit. Alright, sorry, miss. Alright, so this one has to halt. So it can't move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's going to take out its crossbow and shoot at you. Okay, d4 be my strength. How about a 20 hits you?
Nope. 21.
A 20...
With shield.
Oh, with shield, okay.
I did my Shadow Aegis, so I now have a 21.
21, okay. Let's try again. Second attack. That's worse. Alright, so that one's missing. Ghouls are effectively stymied because they have no range attacks. So that one can't move. This one can. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, this one will run up to Alaric. And will try to strike you with that ghoul-headed rod or mace that it's got. Which, plus 4 is still not going to hit. Let's try one more time. Okay, d4.
What does Sentinel do?
If there's a creature that attacks a friendly person within 5 feet of me, I can make an attack of opportunity against it. I think that's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's within 5 feet of me, so I'm going to take a quick shot with little chop action. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Cool. 9 damage then.
Okay. Come on, attack right when this dude approaches. Alaric, we've got a 22. The second attack.
That just hit. That just hits.
Okay. So when this strikes you, it deals 7 bludgeoning damage, and then the mouth animates into a full-on, like, open mouth ghoul biting you. But then you see that the soldier activates something, and the mouth suddenly grows, like, comically, I should say terrifyingly huge, and tries to engulf you. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Is this a spell effect?
Effectiveness, expend charges. I guess it's a magic item.
So that's a spell effect then.
It
Does that count as a spell
It's
effect?
casting.
have to say the word spell in the description.
It does.
It's using a charge.
It does have charges. It's a magic item what they're using. It doesn't say spell anywhere in it, but
Your call. If it's a, I have advantage on saving throws against spells cast by undead.
it is not a spell that he is casting. It is just a magic item he's activating.
Straight up deck save.
Ooh, that's a really good deck save. All right, so you were able to dance out of the way of being swallowed by it. You do take the damage, though.
Okay. And I need to make a con save. And I fail the con save.
Ooh. That might have been just as important.
Anybody got? Oh, we don't do that in this game. Never mind.
Nope.
All right, Zaberi. Seen these armored guys wielding these fancy face maces.
Sorry, does that mean they're all free now?
I believe so, because it was a concentration spell, right?
Yep.
Yeah. If I know anything about their military ranks, like if I kill their leader, will they be inclined to back off?
That is a good question. I think what kind of check you could roll to figure out how these guys would operate. Maybe a
I am a soldier
Okay.
myself.
I'll give you a I'll give you a history check. I don't know if I want to give you advantage because a Darakul would operate maybe a lot differently than. Yeah, I'll give you advantage. You can have advantage on a history check.
Okay, this is like a knowledge check. So,
Yeah.
is it gonna let me do this? Yes. Oh, I have it triggered. Okay. 15.
You do think it would be pretty effective at making them less, obviously organized, and if they lost the captain, you could definitely see them kind of resorting to baser, like, fight or flight mode versus, excuse me, they're in, like, soldier mode right now.
Okay. I'm gonna go here and then here if you want to take a swing.
Sure. Actually, I can't, because they actually have to spend their reaction to try and activate the special effect of that mace thing, so.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Quick question. So the dude on the bug, how big? This bug is large.
Yes.
Can I like Starship Troopers myself and jump on this shit with him?
Yes. I think that's an action, though, that we use, right? For the climb onto a bigger creatures thing?
Really?
Yeah. I know, my wife
If
was
I
saying
jump?
that was an action, too.
What if I jump?
It's mounting.
Like mounting a creature.
I'm not climbing. I'm jumping on it.
If you jump on it, I would probably treat that as an athletics check.
Hell yes. That's the plan.
Give me that
That's the
athletics.
plot.
Yeah.
Good. That's the plan. Boing. Okay. Hippity hop. Just gonna get a little bit of a owl action as well. Okay, so athletics check. Let's triple check.
If you could restrain him, that would be extremely helpful as well.
Restraining dead. Yeah. Either way,
I didn't know if you had like extra
that's not a
maneuvers.
bad. It's not a bad idea. Okay, athletics check first. Natural one.
I love that your nat 1 is a fucking
Fuck
14.
But that's not a fail, because that's not an attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because we're not playing 2024. So yes, you're right.
Right, that is true. But I don't know, man. A 14. I think that's gonna. I'm not gonna put you like injuring yourself or anything, but I don't think that's gonna put you on.
Tell me you didn't just make up the DC after I made the goal.
I mean, DC is always gonna be 15 with a lot of this kind of shit.
because that's what I always do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am
Oh, it was
impressed.
so
though,
cool,
that you have a plus
too.
13. Yeah.
Cinematic.
Hand got in the way.
cinematic
I'm
advantage?
sorry, I didn't move it to the right side.
Yeah.
Sorry.
His hand was just like slightly like you ran into like an invisible finger right there. You're like fucking what?
Well, actually, now that I think about it, like he's not in the far corner. Like he's in the middle of the bug. Right. So where is he on the bug? Can I reach him or not?
Yes, he is in melee range for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then it didn't need to do. Whatever. It still looked cool. Okay. Sorry. That was.
I imagine you like rolled off it like people do in the movies where they're like rolling over the hood of a car, but just like they go too fast, just slides right off or something.
Sure.
It's like, whoa, that beetle's a lot more slicker than I expected.
Now you're just going to beat his leg.
That beetle was recently waxed. It's shiny.
Sorry. Okay. That's a bonus action. Okay, so attack. Just regular attack. Oh, this is an advantage. Sorry, because I have owl help. So 29 to hit.
I think so.
14 damage, and then we'll kick in a grappling strike. As bonus action, so athletics versus whatever to grab him.
Athletics versus whatever. What is his best thing?
I mean, not whatever, but the two.
Yeah. One of his physical stats.
That shit. I'm not sure what my DC is. Fuck, that beats it. This guy sucks. Okay.
Is it
You have a
contested
superiority
tie?
die to your. Yeah, you make an athletics check according to your grappling strike there. Add
Oh,
a
okay,
superiority
it's not
die
like-
to your strength athletic check.
Okay, you're right. You're absolutely correct. Okay. Oh, and that? Wow, that is obnoxious. Okay, that's why I chose this in the first place. Okay. 17, and then I rolled a 4, so 21.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay, so I got
It's
him.
pretty. It's an epic fight back right there, but you're just able to overpower him.
Okay, let's keep the beatdown going.
So what is the?
He's grappled.
Oh, grappled him. Okay.
Yep.
It's a bonus action.
How about 30 to hit?
Ow.
13.
Jeez.
Yeah, let's do it. Action search. Do it again. 20 to hit.
Yes.
14.
Oh boy.
This is how it goes.
Just a pounding.
One more time. 17?
Yes, 17 does it.
Nice.
These guys are.
Another one.
They're armored more for mobility, you could tell, because of their claws and stuff.
Okay. Oh, I should have used my... That's too late. Okay, that's fine. I'm done.
The captain is pretty wounded at this point, I would say. Alright, let's bring out the ghouls. They will certainly... You are the new danger one. So we will attack with the D4 still on. Doesn't matter there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. At some point I'm not going to be able to actually attack people because there'll be too many tokens on the board.
How did you get in there?
16. We're loping through everybody.
It's miss.
D4. How about a 20? They still
Oh.
got the bless effect from the captain.
Okay.
That's actually on until he's incapacitated.
It's not concentration? No. That's fine.
No.
Yeah, that's it.
That is 10 slashing, and I need a con save to avoid being paralyzed. Everybody's favorite ghoul claws. Oh, 20 on that one. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's go here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And actually let Token Fate decide. It is going to be Rye from here.
Alright.
Getting slashed with claws. I'm gonna roll my d4 just for fun. How about a 26 to hit?
Barely.
Barely,
Barely
the
hit.
inspired ghoul. For God, 4 slashing damage. That's real bad. Really a run to the litter here. But we'll have to force the con save, which is always the DC 10. For paralyzation. Oh, barely.
Flirting with it.
Plus 8, fucking sorcerer.
You mean clearly enough?
Yeah. All right, Millie. The ghouls are starting to advance in all of you.
Okay, well, I think Millie is gonna run back here, and I think she's gonna attack the ghoul off to this side, and to guard the back line a little bit.
Literally put numbers on them so
And
you can
she's-
call out the numbers.
Oh yeah. Number 5. Number 5 is gonna get the chop chop first. 23
Yes.
for 12,
Oh my gosh.
and her second attack. Ugh,
Ooh,
11.
11 is a rare miss.
Yeah. And then she's going to use Flurry of Blows to hit 5 and then 4 with these 2 attacks. So 5 and then 4. Ooh, 2 misses. on this
Before
round.
dodging all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But hits 5 with another 5 damage.
All right, that and the first attack is actually enough to destroy this ghoul.
Oh, good. Well, I got one of them out of the way for us. Oh, and that's the end of her turn.
I'm staring at the hit point discrepancy. It's really funny. When you see it from my end, there's like, I guess I did the random rolls for everything, and that ghoul, yeah, did not have a lot of hit points. Not to take anything away from your attacks, but they were very mighty. Rye.
So strong.
I'm gonna do Power Pain against the boss guy.
Sounds painful.
So 25.
Is this the... Okay, remind me how this one...
Yeah, this is the one where he saves next time. He takes this 25 and then saves next time.
Okay. This is like the magic missile spells. Just instant 25. All right, now the captain's definitely sagging. He just takes that like visibly and kind of rocks a little bit on top of the beetle. And keeps pointing a hand at basically you and Alaric, and now that the Zaberi is being surrounded.
He does not know it's me.
He's gesturing
He
somewhere.
points out. I mean, I'm behind Alaric.
Right, yeah.
It's
It's like, it's all Alaric right here. He keeps fucking with you.
Rye would easily be able to hide behind Alaric. Alaric's like 6 foot tall.
yeah, I'm like, why is he looking at you that way?
Like, poke your head out for a second, cast a spell, and just go back behind Alaric.
Yeah, Alaric's 6 foot tall wearing a cape. It's like, yeah, good luck.
Alright, this ghoul's not going to be able to reach anybody, though. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's going to take the dash action. And 15, and end up there. This one can close in here and attack Alaric. Not going to matter with a D4. His claws are trying to come at you. Alright, this armored ghoul will try to attack you, Zaberi, with that ghoul mace thing. 15 plus a D4. About a 17 to hit.
I'm gonna do what I should have done last round, which is cast shield.
When you have aggroed half an army.
Yeah.
Pop the shield.
22 AC.
What is the AC with the shield?
22.
22. Okay, so let's try one more attack. Oh.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Yeah, they got a pretty good attack. A lot better than the regular ghouls. That's going to do 9 bludgeoning, and then the teeth will do 5 piercing, and then they will, you can see him try to activate the rod, and the head grows really big and attempt to consume you. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Sorry, just 5 seconds. May have a...
Trying to figure out if you got some kind of...
I do. I have way too many options. Let's save them. Just hope to God it gets my next turn.
The I don't want to be consumed by a rod ability.
No, I don't have that. Okay, sorry. What am I doing?
Dex save.
Ew, this is not great. 10. I'm gonna indomitable that and reroll.
Do you see the new 2024 Indomitable?
I did not actually.
It's better.
But an 18.
Nice. I think the new one you get to reroll and add like your fighter level or something crazy to it.
Oh, it should be because like, yeah, it should be better than that.
Okay, so you feel that force like trying to suck you into its mouth, but then you are able to resist tipping over into it. Let's see, more ghouls. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We can complete the surround of Zaberi. But I don't think we're going to make it through that shield. Not with those attacks. This ghoul will try to attack you. Well, speak of the fucking devil. With a D4, what can we do?
Oh my god.
We can do a
it's up.
23.
Jesus Christ.
For 6 slashing and force a con save.
This is not fun. I don't like this.
I still
Alright.
feel like there should be a whirlwind attack.
Man, that'd be so awesome, right? You're just seeing like all these enemies going, yeah.
There should be some kind of burst attack, but there's nothing like that.
I don't know. The beetle gets its turn.
The beetle, you can see the captain does seem to be in control of the beetle and basically directs it and says, "You will submit to us. You're wanted alive." And you can see the beetle does not use its acid on its own soldiers, so instead it tries to collide you. I don't think the beetle gets the D4 though, because I don't think. Actually, well, let me read the description. Does it just say
His allies.
non-hostile creature? Yeah, so I guess it is. Yeah, so I guess the beetle does leadership. That's not gonna hit you though, even with the D4. Let's try a bite attack.
Does that have to understand the command? The chant?
Good question. I'm gonna copy and paste it again.
No.
Utter a special command or warning whenever a non-hostile creature that can see within 300 feet of it makes an attack roll or saving throw. The creature can add a D4 to its roll, provided it can hear and understand the captain. You're right. Oh, what the fuck?
Does
Oh wait,
it
no, sorry, I'm
know-
looking at the captain. I was like, wait, no, yeah, the beetle can't understand. Yeah, the beetle's a beast. Okay, so does a 22 hit?
Does not. Wait, yes, it does. Never mind.
Meets it. Oh yeah, because we're at the. Okay.
It was 22.
All right, the beetle does 9 piercing damage when it attacks.
Oh my god.
We've got the last ghoul down here. We'll run up, and we've got dealer's choice here against.
Oh, right. Save me.
Nope, it's Bahn.
Damn it. I'll get my Constitution save ready. Oh, it misses.
With even a D. What about a 12?
It still misses.
Yeah. All right, round 2. Fight, Bahn.
Instead of clenched fist, I'm going for. Well, I feel like we've done this before. I wanted to do grasping hand, which it's I'm trying to make sure that this does what I want it to. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I can do it. I'm going to do grasping hand. It has to roll a strength check against it.
To grapple, use hand strength score to resolve the grapple. Target's mini or small, you have advantage on the check.
So that rolls essentially the check.
Okay. It's basically the same as the attack roll.
Yeah. Subtract 1 from the roll. It'd be 19.
Which it says you have advantage if the target's medium or smaller. Right? Am I... Or is that once it's already...
Okay, so 21.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, it's close. Dude's strong.
What about the blessed? The blessed of the go? Or
I don't
Bless
think he's
is
affected
first
by his
one.
Not an
own...
attack or saving throw that they're
Well, that's
making
true. But I also don't think he's affected by his own leadership.
there. So the thing says that they take 2d6 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 5. So I'm going to roll that. But my intent is that I've grasped him. What I want to do is then raise him up in the air. The
It says,
60 feet.
sorry, it says when you've grasped him, you use a bonus action to like squeeze him and do the damage.
Sure, we'll do that too. Yeah, that's the bonus action.
I'll take one of those. Yes.
Squeezing him as he goes up 60 feet in the air, and then the hand lets
60,
him go.
you can move 60 feet? Jesus.
It can move 60 feet, and it's going to let go of him again. So it'll be 66 fall damage.
How demeaning.
Onto the beetle.
Kind of half tempted to just keep holding on. Oh, it's not against the captain.
Yeah. No, it is the captain that it's grabbing.
Okay,
So
'cause I'm still grappling him.
So you squeeze him for 10.
Oh, you're tempted to hold
Oh,
on?
please
I was
drag
kinda
him
tempted.
and Zaberi 60 feet up in the air.
Could you like pull me out of there?
I presume you could let go if you see a giant spectral hand come down and grab him, but it's up to you.
No, but what if I want to get pulled out of there, like a rescue helicopter?
Yeah.
But
You're like, all right,
if
this is
a
Can you like pick him up? Can you
the
pick him
hand-
up, like put him?
Yeah, the
Can you pick him up and like put him on a nearby rooftop, and I can just like beat the shit out of him on the rooftop?
like a
No,
second
that's
stage
not
boss fight. It's
Yeah,
like
no,
you enter
I
the
mean,
hole.
So Bond's definitely intent is to like raise him up. Now, if you hold on to the hand while it's doing that, that's on you.
Okay,
but
never mind.
but it is going to drop the captain from the 60 feet up.
well, it says the grapple ends if the target is removed out of reach of the grappler.
Which is
I would
minus
assume like you end up yanking him away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You're saying about them. Yeah.
It's just not fun.
it's a grapple off.
It's fun for Bond.
All right, so you grab the captain, you give him a squeeze,
Yep.
and then you move it 60 feet up in the
Yep.
same thing, and then just drop him.
Yep.
Okay.
That's another 66.
Yeah, 666.
And do you hit the beetle with it?
I guess I'll roll.
Ooh, did the new book have
The
something
beetle
about
subtract.
falling on another creature? I
Right.
feel like.
You did have something that was falling into water
Well,
for sure.
yeah. Did it have anything about falling on a creature? I don't remember where that rule was,
18 points of fall damage.
because I do like that idea.
Does the creature remove one of the d6s because of the height of the creature?
This doesn't quite fall as far.
Yeah, that would be fair. That would be fair.
Nah, it's fine. He can take 18. The beetle, I don't know, give me like a single d6 or something for a ghoul captain landing on the beetle.
So the way I rule this stuff is I usually divide the damage between the two.
Yeah, I was thinking there was actual rule for that, but I can't. Yeah, it's not a falling section anymore.
You said so it gets 1 point of damage, which I think is fitting, right? This big beast of burden.
Yeah, just barely feels it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got a hard carapace. That's
Yeah.
fine.
But now my hand is 60 feet up.
Okay. So beetle takes some damage. All right, yeah, once again, the captain is taking a lot of damage and just got raised up in the air and dropped unceremoniously. All right, so now rise
Con save.
thing happens.
Yep, con save DC 17.
Oh boy. Con save. Captain saves are okay, but not good enough for y'all. Let's see, what does that happen? You get to do the damage again?
Yeah.
Successful, another 4d10 force damage. Alright, roll me another. Start
20.
its turns. Oh my goodness. 20 damage. Oh boy. It probably
And
looks like he like hits the
you
ground
get
and then it
next
just like,
turn.
hits him again, yeah. And that one just keeps going until he makes the save.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh boy. Okay, he stands up, dusts himself. He looks extremely bloodied. Says, this be my last stand for the Emperor. I will die on my feet. And so presumably he's not mounted on the beast anymore. He's kind of rolled off. But he will use half his movement to stand back up, because I assume he fell prone. Unsheath his sword, and Zaberi is the only one in range. So we'll step up. I guess I'll put him here because he's no longer standing on the beetle. And have eyes on you, Zaberi. All right, let's go. Longsword, two-handed. Attack number 1, 23 to hit.
Yeah, slightly.
Slightly. He does 7 slashing and 9 necrotic damage. He's got extra power behind his sword.
Going to riposte while I'm still standing.
creature misses you with a melee attack. This did not miss you, though.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, never mind.
I would repose.
Nothing I can do matters. Doesn't matter.
I'll see if he misses.
Is Perry what you were thinking of?
No, I was thinking pros.
All right, well, that one's definitely going to miss. Rolls
Yeah,
a nat
eat
1.
it.
So you could
Eat it.
riposte that one.
Okay, spend a die to make
It's your action expense for your make melee attack.
22 to hit.
Yes.
16 damage plus D10 is 20.
Goodness sakes. Okay.
Is he still standing?
You look like you almost kill him with that.
Okay, well, just hang on a second.
Juice
Hang on.
it. Juice it.
When I hit,
Up to 3 charges.
oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, let's do that. I've got like a list of shit I can do on a different page because it's like so much ridiculous. 3 charges for 3d6, I guess.
Staff of Striking.
And more? Yeah.
Yeah, you come back with the riposte after he misses you, and you immediately strike him back. What would you like your kill to look like? Please describe.
It is going to be so he's going to strike and attack me, and I'm going to like swing up, basically hit him in the jaw and knock his head like his head like his neck breaks and flaps back.
Flaps backwards, yeah.
And kind of like as he falls, I'll be like, and that wasn't even my turn.
Yeah.
At the rest of them. Just for a little meta fun.
Yep. It's pretty effective. They see that and they're pretty horrified by that. They do know that you are still looking pretty bloodied yourself, but it definitely has an effect on the army that when the captain is brought down and collapses in a heap. Alaric, which all their leadership thing goes off then, turns off.
Which is a good thing. Because right now, Alaric reaches down, grabs his holy symbol again. In the name of Wotan and by his holy light, be gone. DC 19 wisdom save, or all these little guys turn to ash.
There's the save. Alright, so these guys have an ability which is not going to affect the 2 guys on the right. All the guys near the armored soldiers have advantage on the save, although with a DC 19 it probably won't matter that much. So let's do this is wisdom. That did not go well for me last time. Let's do the Imperial guys first. So I really wish I had that D4 though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those guys fail, and then we do ghouls. How many ghouls do we have remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4.
9.
Yeah,
we only killed 1 that first round.
Okay.
So it'd be 18 rolls.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, I know it's a high DC, but I'm not even close on most of these. If it was a DC 10, like most of them would be failing.
They have advantage.
Oh shit, you're right. They do have advantage. Why did I just forget that?
Everybody failed 1, so now you roll for the second.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
Well, the last two of them don't have that advantage.
You're right. The last 2 do not have advantage.
So it's 7 more rolls.
7 more rolls. All right, let's go. 1.
Well, the one by Alaric doesn't give it an
2,
advantage.
3, 4.
Oh, you're saying this one?
5.
Yeah.
6, 7. I mean, the ghouls have a +0. Like the odds of them on DC 19 are not good. I do need to reroll for all the guards though. So the guards all failed, so the soldiers all need another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. They had a slight chance, but no. All right, everybody fails the turn undead. despite the advantage.
What's your DC?
19.
Wouldn't the 17 have a chance of getting it?
They don't have the
I
roll
don't have the
anymore.
D4 anymore. The captain's dead.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. You guys effectively focused fired the boss, which turned off that lovely D4.
Let's see that lovely red X just sweep across the map.
Yeah, so remind me again, it does, it just kills...
All the ghouls are dead. Darkhold are now have basically fear of me.
Instantly
CR2 and
two or
below.
below. Yep, ghouls are definitely that low. These guys get... This is the one I thought you were going to start with. This one, these guys get incinerated.
Well, I was trying to control the entire battlefield, not just reduce head count.
Incinerated, incinerated. I wonder if the new cleric gets this destroying feature. Did not check on that. And the other guys are
Feared.
feared. Can't take. Spend its turn.
Their action is the dash action.
Okay, it is literally like the fear spell.
Yeah.
Let's put the sad face. Okay, caught up with all the tokens. Only the dash action. If there's no way to move the creature, use the dodge action when it failed saving throw. And then it just lasts for a minute.
Yep.
It's weird that there's no chance to repeat the save.
It's the one thing that's the cleric superpower.
Alright, so these guys run away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy runs away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And they basically go off the map. Just haul off into the streets. That guy's dead. So this guy runs away, which is going to trigger an attack of opportunity. And I imagine they run away from you, so he's going to run left. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. That guy's still on the board. All right, Zaberi, you see a lot of the ghouls around you just get incinerated in holy light. Not sure what it
Just a
looks
quick
like.
pulse.
They're just dusted.
Yep. And if there happen to be any civilian ghouls in those buildings,
Right. Yeah. That's
Yay.
going to be
Genocide.
that's going to be extremely noticeable to anybody who is outside of that 30 feet range that a lot of people instantly died.
Alright. Slow turn to this guy. He's looking in fear. This guy's gonna get tapped on the head by an owl and get distracted. And
If you attack him, the fear goes away.
is there anybody left to kill?
Just the monster.
Oh, it does say until it
beast
takes
thing.
damage. You're right. Yeah. So that's why it has that effect.
that's the beetle.
Oh, it's a big monster beside me. That's fair.
There is the big beetle.
Is it looking like it's gonna stick around and fight, or is it gonna like bugger off? Literally.
It's trained as a war mount, so it doesn't have like moral, but it hasn't been damaged hardly at all. It took the 1 point of damage when the captain fell on him. So you imagine if it started taking damage without having the master around, then it would probably flee. But like right now, it's still in fight mode, I think.
Okay, let's damage it.
Let's damage.
Actual damage, and let's be really mean about it. 24 to hit
Yes.
for 20 damage.
That's pretty effective.
Let's do it again. Oh, we don't advantage anymore, so let's just make it not special. 30. Jesus, these rolls. 14.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bonus action second wind myself. So So it's, yeah. 13 damage, 13 points. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I need to start taking these guys off. Millie!
Okay, seeing the new battlefield with all the dust over it, she's going to look over at Alaric and say, "Oh, you got rid of all the fun when I was just getting started." And then she's going to
You're welcome to
run
chase them down.
Oh, good. Gonna run up here and let's see. Oh wait, not there. Let's see. Want to make sure I count out the right thing. Let's see. I was right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. What is my movement at this point? It is 60. She's going to bonus action Step of the Wind to dash. And she's going to get up here. And she's going to attack that guy.
But then he'll run back.
Let's see. Yeah, but then we'll have some fun of killing him.
Alright.
And 2 chops at the guy. Do either of those hit?
16 does hit.
Okay.
Is being feared
And she is going to
good for anything? They technically don't have...
Don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But she does 9 damage with the slash of her sword.
Okay.
And I think that's all she's going to do this turn.
Chances are these guys will be, like, frightened when they're not literally frightened. Not magically frightened, I guess. Rye.
I am just going to hold my action if either this monster beast comes any closer. I will firebolt it. Otherwise, if it runs away, I will let it run away.
Okay. Alright, so this guy is still feared. So Zaberi, he's got to use his action to run away. Which will trigger an attack of opportunity.
We don't want any witnesses, I assume.
10, usually not. 15.
I mean, 2 already got away.
Yeah, 2 are hauling ass.
Someone already left?
2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them dashed away down the street.
That's okay.
They were freed.
Only good ghoul is dead ghoul. 14 damage.
Alright.
Actually, you know what? How many left? Yeah, I do. Where is it? Here.
Oh, the trip.
Rule.
Strength save.
Yeah.
Great. Fuck you, game.
Wow.
my one good save is against a
He's
fucking trip.
He's motivated to get out of it.
Yeah. While running
No, 3.
for his life.
Extra 3.
Guy's got all his parkour move.
Extra 3 damage as well.
Okay. And I guess keeps running, so kind of barrels past Millie as well, I think.
And she'll take an opportunity attack against him. Just a punch, though.
Yeah.
Did that roll? The 17 hits.
Yep.
Is this just like a clothesline?
Okay, 6 damage, and because of the Sentinel feat, it reduces his movement to 0 once she
Okay, you
hits
do
him.
literally clothesline, yeah.
So it is a clothesline.
It's knocked right there. The beetle's still willing to tangle with you, Zaberi, at least for the time being.
Fine, bring it.
30 feet long and 5 feet wide. And in fact, because it no longer has the boss telling it not to spit its acid, it's going to open its mouth and spit its acid forward, which is a 30-foot line, 5 feet wide.
Ooh.
I'm glad I moved up.
Where is this line exactly?
Yeah. So I guess if y'all make me choose a lane, I gotta choose between Rye and Alaric's lane. We'll let Token Fate decide.
It kind of has to be here.
Oh, that's true. But once it hits Zaberi, I guess it's gotta hit Rye. So it would hit. Well, yeah, I could hit either one. Could it?
I could hit both. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, Alaric.
You know what? Yeah,
Excellent.
we'll hit all three. We'll do all three on a line.
Right down.
It's a
the-
5
Thank you,
foot
sir. May I
wide.
have
Yeah,
another?
yeah.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
But that's not how it works.
It's a deck save. Oh my gosh.
Go off.
No acid for you.
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, DC 13.
Ouch.
Ryan makes it, Alaric makes it. Zaberi, the goggles, they do nothing.
The goggles.
Goggles that do nothing.
For 34 acid damage. Or half damage. Oh, it does do half damage with a successful save, so...
Jesus Christ.
Alaric and Rye are taking half of 34. Which is 17, I think. 17 acid damage.
Yeah, and I just moved up.
Yeah.
Stupid. My fault.
Alright, Bahn.
Clench fist from 60 feet up. It comes down on the beetle.
Crush it.
Uppercut.
Yeah.
Off the top rope.
Say 26 hits, so 18
Yes.
force.
It comes smashing down. The beetle's looking bloodied now.
He literally just smashed it from 60 feet.
That's pretty nasty. Yeah, smashing the bug.
Well, because he attacked, would my thing have gone off? My held action?
Sure, I'll allow that. After it splashed you with the acid spray. You fight back
13
at
hit
it.
for 17.
13 does not actually get through the carapace.
Damn acid.
Yeah, you got a little bit too much acid in your eyes. However, it's seeing all three of you still standing after being bathed in acid, so now it's not liking its odds.
I will step here.
Yep. Just out of acid range, thank you.
Turns over.
All right, Alaric.
Let's see. Oh, that's fun. I'm not going to move, but I'll do Reaper Chill Touch on the two Darkle that are hanging out by Millie. So Chill Touch on the top one,
Yeah, this guy's no longer afraid.
and Chill Touch towards the bottom one. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not.
Top guy takes 21 points.
Okay.
I love cantrips at this level.
Yeah. God. Also just rolled really well on two of them. All right, well, these ghouls are not liking their... They still see the beetle up there kind of, you know, stopping the rest of the force, and there's got two of them against Millie, so these two kind of stop for a second, and one of them screams, "For Captain..." What's his name? "Sticks deep!" And attempts to attack you, Millie, with the rod. It's a 19 hit.
Nope, her armor class is a 20.
Oh my gosh, so close. You hear that, game? 20 now. Usually right when I hear your AC, I make it, but not so much that time. I missed the D4. Zaberi, standing in front of a bloodied, giant-ass, acid-dripping beetle.
Thanks. Get it away. I'm trying to click stuff.
Cool looking. Yeah. You accidentally right-click and examine the creature.
No time for that shit. Okay, stun strike again. More owl action. This is fun. 23 to hit. 16 damage.
Mm-hmm. Still standing, looking
going.
worse for wear.
I cannot roll low with these attacks.
No, that's
14
gnarly.
damage.
It's 30 damage so far. It's still up.
One section, butt end. 14 to hit. Oh, 16 to hit.
I was gonna say 16 does hit.
Oh, I think I've got the wrong roll on here. No, it's still a D4. 9 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Still up, and at this point, it's looking like it is. It's just a beast. Oh, it's a well-trained beast, but it's looking like survival is gonna be more part of its agenda than killing. Millie, speaking of killing, you've got ghouls around you.
She is going to take a couple swipes with her sword at number 1 first. Let's see, 1 and 2. Does 14
still
doesn't
doesn't hit.
I'm assuming, right?
19 does, yeah.
Okay. I'm actually going to use my my focus to get that up to a 16 with 1 key point.
Okay.
So does 16 hit?
Yes. Congratulations, you have finally found its AC.
Okay, so those 2 attacks then. One for 14 and the second one for 6. And then she's going to take 2 unarmed strikes against the same guy.
Okay.
1 and 2.
Ooh,
and she
finally
gets
got a
crit on
critical
that
hit.
second
Yeah.
one. First the non-critical, 10 damage. And, and then 6 for the crit.
That's weird. Stupid dice.
That's just painful.
That is painful. But that is enough to finish off that Dhampir guard.
And she's going to look at the other Dhampir and say, if you get out of here alive, tell him that no one should mess with them, Marcus and her new bow, Grim-Tooth Rot Bow.
Absolute infamy now. The wanted level is increasing in the city.
4 stars.
Yeah, we're getting to be like 4-star. Getting the helicopters are coming out now. You're like, oh shit. Now it's getting serious. Yeah, that looks pretty
That's all
effective.
that I'm gonna do.
Soldier looks around and realizes he's quite alone. Rye.
Rye is going to back up.
Out of acid range.
Out of acid range. And then, yeah, firebolt one more time. Bam. 25 to hit for, horrible damage. 9 fire.
Yeah, that's a 3d10. Damn.
Could have been so much better.
That's rough. The beetle's still standing, but looking pretty damaged. One would say critically wounded.
Alright, that's okay.
That guy's dead. The beetle will take the action to disengage and will flee. And it has a climb speed, so it's actually gonna climb up the side of the wall.
Gonna swing at it. What's gonna get? You said disengage.
It
Never
did
mind.
take. I don't remember if you can stop the if that was one of the feat things though.
Sentinel can.
Sentinel can. Okay.
I don't have Sentinel.
So it it doesn't make it. Actually, yeah, it can make it up the building, and then it goes. I guess you kind of lose sight of it, but well, yeah, you probably don't lose sight of it 'cause it's fucking big. But yeah, you can tell it moves up to the building up here. Looks like it's trying to get away. So Bahn, I did mention, even though I guess you guys can't literally see it on here, but you probably have visibility because it's a large creature.
I'll chase it with my fist. 14 doesn't hit.
Does not hit, yeah. You do at least know the beetle can't talk.
Yeah,
Can't spill secrets.
that's true. It'll just shake the fist in the air.
Shake harder, boy.
Yeah.
Alaric
Still touch.
does it.
Cut the beetle for 11 points of damage.
Okay. It's actually still alive, believe it or not. Very, very low on hit points. Alright, this ghoul will also disengage and run away. And practically apologizes to you, Marquez.
Sentinel actually lets me do a bonus. Does do an attack of opportunity even if they disengage. So I'm going to take an opportunity attack against it. A little chop chop. And I'll add 1 key point to get that up to a 17.
I like that your goal was to like intimidate him into running away, and they're like, "Just kidding, asshole!" It just keeps attacking him.
Oh, now that there's like only 3 of them, yes.
Yeah.
And there's 30 of them, that's different.
One less hit for 6 damage, but do I have to use the thing that lets her stop them from moving if she does an opportunity attack, or is that something that I can choose to do?
I don't know, but 15 doesn't actually hit him.
Oh, I was using 1 focus point to,
sorry.
or 1 key point to add the focus
Okay,
towards
okay.
the 17.
Gotcha. I don't know what your character sheet thing says about that.
Let's see, I will pull it up one more time. There it is. Yeah, it says with an opportunity attack, yeah, it has 0, so it can't move.
Can't help but like hamstring them every time. Just kidding, asshole. You're not going anywhere. Okay, well I said I used his action disengage, so that's he just flails around awkwardly. I don't know what it looks like. He tries to get out and you like do some kind of fancy martial arts maneuver and he just like spins around and practically falls on his ass instead. Zaberi.
So the bug's long gone, right?
Not necessarily long gone. It's on the roof, and I think Alaric and Bahn are both able to target it with ranged attacks.
Okay, but he's running away.
Definitely in run mode, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
At this point,
That's
everybody looks like
fine.
they're in flee mode, but nobody can flee from Millie.
And the guy who's by Millie is kind of beat up
A little bit. His
a little bit. Okay.
pride is the most wounded part of him.
Do a little bit of owl. Owl distraction, take a few steps down. Well, let's get as close as we can. And then let's fling some axes at him. Do the hit.
Mm-hmm.
Take 8 damage. 1 more. 25 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
10 damage.
Okay. He's getting bloodied now.
That's done.
All right, Millie.
He still has one of those maces, right?
Yes.
Sorry, super quick.
Yep.
Should we keep this guy alive and talk to him? That's what Zaberi will say at the second one hits. Continue on.
Why we were being apprehended would be useful.
Yes. And who we might need to
Okay,
talk
so
to if we
don't
want to get
kill
like a secret thing in or something.
Oh, quick other question too. Are the armors from the guys that we've killed, are they just lying around? Are there uniforms and stuff? Or did the uniforms also get turned to dust?
That's a great question. We'll say well, Alaric, I don't know. I'll let you rule it. Actually, how does that work with turn undead? Does the whole creature gets dusted? I guess the armor would go, but
It says the creature's dusted, doesn't say anything about what they're carrying.
okay.
So it could just be little piles of clothes and stuff wherever they're at.
So it's not like the disintegrate spell. It's more like just all the things just drop down.
Like Obi-Wan.
So there's a lot of piles of evidence lying around. Yeah, like Obi-Wan's robes.
Millie's gonna start doing like non-lethal attacks at this point. So if she Yeah, so she doesn't kill the guy then.
Okay.
And she's going to do 4 unarmed strikes. Actually, first, she's going to try disarming the guy first. And I think that's an attack roll against their athletics check or something. So, 19 for disarming.
Okay.
And
I'm laughing because we could just ask him if he wants to surrender. Instead, we're gonna beat him to 0.
And then I'm going to hit him 3 times after that. So, see, I think all 3 of those hit. So,
Yes.
1, 2, and 3. So after she tries to disarm him with the 19, she does 26 damage, and all 3 of those are headbutts.
Okay. Do I have to do anything for the disarm, or is that just I don't know how the disarm works.
I think that when we used it earlier,
Is
it
this
was
like
like,
an attack roll?
if I am successful with the attack,
Okay.
then it just disarms them.
Okay.
So she, yeah.
Okay, so he drops the rod. And then he's still up, but definitely looks mortally wounded at this point.
Oh, and that's all that she's going to do this turn.
All right, Rye.
Takes no action. Because anything I would do would kill him.
All right, the beetle fucks off. Bahn.
I was hiding in this corner. I'm not sure. I heard that we were. I'll say, is it over? To Alaric.
Millie's using one of them for a punching bag. Not sure what's going on down there.
Well, we need to get the hell out of here and go to that temple.
I agree.
Which direction's the temple in? Like the tunnel entrance?
Probably
Is it
the direction you guys
toward
were
Millie?
going in, which was this way.
Okay, if it's toward Millie, then I'll start making my way that direction.
Yeah.
And I've got like 5 more rounds on my hand, so I'll just bring it back to me. Have it. I'm stuck in the wall there, but I'll have it hovering like over me.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Alaric.
Is that beetle still in range? Or still in view?
Not at this point, because it had a full round to dash and escape.
Okay. Yep. I don't do non-lethal, which is a well-established fact.
Just picture that on like a business card or something. Like that's your like motto. Alaric,
It's
I
like,
don't
we
do
established that.
non-lethal.
We established that in, I don't know, like session 6. I
Yeah.
can't do non-lethal. I literally can't do it.
Lethal weapon.
License to always kill.
Yeah. The last soldier, you disarmed him, but he still has his ghoul claws. And he raises his claws, and you think he's going to strike at you, Millie, in a desperate attempt. But then he says, for the Emperor! And he takes his claws and slits his own throat.
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also known as the DM, like, I'm not dealing with this.
No answers for you.
All right, speak
No
with dead.
interrogation
What's
scene.
that? What's that? Zone of Truth, speak with dead. What was that? All right, we need the double time to this entrance to the sewers.
Yeah. When you guys haul ass down there, you see above, like, you know, a lot of people in the distance. You hear like some screams and shouting. And above you, you can even see a few aerial giant bats with mounted ghouls, literally like the Grand Theft Auto helicopters, like kind of flying over the city. I imagine you almost hear like the equivalent of like the klaxon sounds, like kind of a thing. Whatever the undead version of that is, probably some kind of moaning sound or something. You quickly make your way down to the alley that was pointed out to you, and there is a single figure down this alley, dressed in a leather jacket and a fedora. They appear to be some kind of elf Dhampir, leaning against the wall and smoking a pipe made out of bone. And the smoke reeks of sulfur. And the figure says, well, that was certainly a bit of a mess you all got into. I should have tried to contact you sooner, but I tried to stay under the radar. Might have saved some ghouls' lives. Call me Marius. I'm an agent of His Imperial Majesty. He's had eyes on you for some time. Wanted to bring you in for questioning, but tried to tell him that probably wouldn't go over too well with this kind of group, and sure enough, you all proved me right.
Who the hell are you?
Marius Mourncloak. I work for the Emperor, we'll say. And, well, the Emperor's had eyes and ears on this situation for some time. Suffice to say, he knows why you're here, and it's not to sample the local cuisine. Normally, kidnapping a noble from above is beneath the Emperor's notice, but when a god's involved, things get complicated. And now with the Duke conspiring with the Hunger Cult, well, he's got his eyes on the Imperial throne by way of a theocracy. I can tell you this. Emperor Nicephorus could care less if this Krakovan noble lives or dies. But apparently his ritualistic death means a lot to the High Priest and to Vardazane. Now, if the Emperor were to declare treason and wage war against an entire religion, well, that kind of thing gets messy. And again, you hear like the klaxon sounding, and this dude's not nervous at all. Would be far neater if a group of hardened adventurers wrecked their careful plans in some sort of daring raid. Would you agree?
I'm listening.
Yes, I imagine this has been your goal all along, and I'm here to say that our goals temporarily aligned. Thus, the Emperor can forgive this brazen intrusion and even the destruction of many of his armed forces. And you may even leave the Imperium alive. On two conditions. The first, you need to drop these disguises when you do have your big rout, battle, or raid, or rescue, or whatever you're going to do. It's easier to blame this whole mess on some outsider fleshlings than some sort of inner Dhampir coup situation, and for some that don't even exist properly. And second, when the time comes, you will bow to the Emperor, surrender to his authority.
No deal.
Yeah, I'm with the old man here. No deal.
I was about to say, like, yeah, we'll do it on one of our conditions. We want you off the surface.
Forever.
I mean, that should have been Alaric saying that, but sorry. I kind of stepped
I have influenced you, so it's perfectly acceptable.
Well, the Emperor is not necessarily one for making these sorts of agreements with outsiders. These are extenuating circumstances. I'm impressed that you would be so bold as to ask a favor when all hell's coming down on you. But
Bond looks around like,
Can I?
yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you first.
I was just wondering if I could throw a commanding presence on there
okay.
just for the hell of it.
Put the description of that one in there. Charisma,
You make a
performance.
charisma intimidation,
Okay.
a charisma performance, or charisma persuasion used, then a story die and add it to the check.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is obvious. This is probably not. At least we can maybe try and convince them to try.
Sure.
Let's go intimidation. It's fun. Oh no! The total of 9.
Yeah, you puff out and everything, and he just remains completely cool. He just kind of
That's
he doesn't like mock or belittle or anything. He just kind of sits and looks at you and just takes another puff on his long pipe and says, "Well, you all are certainly a bit harried at the moment, but perhaps a meeting with the Emperor himself could be in your future, depending on how things go down. I'm just here to warn you on whether you want to be in his good graces or not. And at the moment, it's not looking great for you."
Or we could just let him finish the death. Let him fail in his leadership. Let him screw it all up for all of his people. That's fine. It's okay. We'll get Avgost, and we'll leave, and we'll let him deal with it.
Roll a whichever you want to do. Actually, you're intimidating and persuasion both equally in this moment, so I would accept either one.
I'm gonna stick with the persuade in this case.
Like you need us.
Yeah. That outburst kind of rattles him a little bit more, and he sighs and says, "Oh, well, you're certainly everything I expected of you. Of course, you can talk to me like that, but the Emperor, it might not go so well. But I get it, I do. You are in a unique position to enact the Emperor's will. Perhaps negotiations could be made once you get to that point, depending on your success and degree of success, perhaps. The utter destruction of the seditious High Priest and Duke together would be quite the bargaining chip for you, wouldn't it?"
I think so. And that's all we're asking to do. We want our Duke. And we're more than willing to remove these two thorns in your flesh. And then we leave.
I think we're even willing to do it in our forms, but I'll be damned if I'm bowing to some monster. There should be some mutual respect.
You will
We
certainly
help, yeah.
have the Emperor's respect indeed, but so too you must show him yours.
I don't know yet.
I respect no emperors.
Except for that one.
Yeah, he kind of puts his hands up in a way, and he's like, "I am just the messenger, just to give you a forewarning if such a meeting should occur, and how it might go down. How you make your way out of the Imperium, if you have thought of such plans, is, of course, entirely up to you, but just be aware that we at the Imperium are, of course, known for our spy masters and our eyes and ears, and your plots have certainly gone under the radar of the Duke, but not under the Emperor himself. I do, however, wish you all good luck and good fortune in enacting the Emperor's wishes, and he kind of almost rolls his eyes, and saving your noble friend. The alarm's in the distance.
Sure,
And at this
yeah.
point, he kind of snaps up. You see like a giant bat fly overhead, and he's like, I think I've kept you here long enough.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we continue on to that tunnel.
Agreed.
Yep.
Okay. You guys duck down in the tunnel while the city really starts ratcheting up and getting dangerous. And I think that is where we're going to end our session
Fuck
of
cool.
Empire of the Ghouls. Thank you to Brandon, Christopher, Jason, Morgan, and Stan for playing. Thank you to all the patrons for making these sessions happen. Shouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Thomas, Stan, Brennan, Xenocide, Eclectic, Roll, Christopher, Corey, Big Nut, John F, John L, Nathan, Personally Counselor, Andrew, The Reldrin, Stephanie, Jason, Amit, Lumpy Spuds, Warden, Harold, Unimonia LLC, Tom, They're Eating the Dogs, Caleb, Marcus, Snuggy, Jamie, and Hugo, and gold patrons RPG Papercraft, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, The Lizard Lounge, Jerome, Nathan, Fezzik, Torta, Scott, Refus, Jerry, Glenn, and Mark. Thank you all very much for your support. See you next time.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks.
It's the exact opposite music for the end of the session. This is the funeral that plays for the dead soldiers.